Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and young people of all ages. Welcome to this very special concert featuring the young musicians from the Midlothian Instrumental Music Service, performing our very first virtual live concert. My name is Colin McCabe, and I am your slightly bewildered compere this evening. Bewildered as it's usually my role to be behind the camera, as a member of Midlothian's digital learning team. Tonight, however, it is my privilege to introduce you to some very talented and inspiring pupils, the first of whom you've already met. Our concert opened with a beautiful vocal solo by Sophie MacDonald, performing the piece which has been a national symbol of hope and unity during these very challenging times, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Very shortly, I will introduce the next performance, but just before I do, I have a plea for those of you watching tonight via our social channels, Facebook or YouTube. Please share our broadcast and give our young people the audience that they so valiantly deserve. If you have a little look around, you'll maybe find the share button at below my video or on either side. Please go and share. And of course, please do comment with your constructive and kind words about our performers this evening. Please be mindful that we're expecting young people to be listening and watching, and we're wanting to make sure our content is appropriate for them too. Now, with that out of the way, it's time to get on with the music, and the next group that we are going to hear is our percussionists. Here they are performing Militaire, an original composition by their instructor, Barbara Jane Waddell. Brilliant. That was our percussion ensemble performing Militaire. I've had the privilege to edit together the audio of all of these wonderful performers, whilst my colleague Alan Thompson, also from the digital learning team, has been responsible for the visuals. Each person had their tracks lined up and the levels balanced to account for the different rooms in which they are recorded. I was amazed at the precision these young people showed to bring out such clear rhythms. Changing the style once again, I'm introducing young Maisie to you. She's playing Underneath the Lovely London Sky by Mark Shalman, as featured in the hit film Mary Poppins Returns. Outstanding playing and a real talent. Well done, Maisie. If you enjoyed Maisie's performance, why not let her know with a comment if you're tuned in via Midlothian's Facebook or YouTube pages. And you'll be able to access the full concert again on our YouTube channel after the concert is finished. Next up, we have the string group. They will play Fair Jean and Leaving Lismore, two slow waltzes which were originally Scottish Gaelic songs. Fair Jean, also known as Sheena Van, was written by Duncan Johnson and is a love song from around the time of the First World War. Leaving Lismore is thought to have been written by Margaret Martin Hardy and tells the story of a person moving away to start a new life, but feeling a real sense of sadness as he leaves the place of his childhood. I hope you're enjoying the Midlothian Instrumental Service virtual concert. I certainly am. It's such a varied programme we have for you, and on a personal note, it's very rewarding to have spotted the first of my ex-pupils popping up there in the strings group. Next up, we are sticking with strings, but of the guitar kind, with Cameron Cunningham performing Waltz No. 2 by the Venezuelan Antonio Loureiro, considered to be one of the foremost South American composers for the guitar in the 21st century. Sit back and enjoy this lovely waltz. Lovely playing by Cameron, performing Loureiro's Waltz No. 2 for us. Next up for you this evening, we have a bit of a whopper. 55 players coming together as part of our Senior Wind Ensemble. These are young people from all across Midlothian. And here they are, with a hat tip to the recent 75th anniversary of VE Day, performing We'll Meet Again. Isn't it great to see so many of our young people taking part? To give you an idea of how this concert has been put together, our fantastic team of instrumental instructors have been keeping in touch with their pupils using digital web platforms. PDFs of parts and MP3s of backing tracks have been painstakingly created and posted before we have received all of the individual performances direct from living rooms across Midlothian. Next for you to enjoy is The Jolly Dutchman. An enjoyable melody is adapted from folk songs by Merle Isaac and performed by Jamie and Elliot, our double bass duo and piano. Merle Isaac, the composer of the last piece, was a prolific American arranger, but I would suspect many more of you will have heard of the artists behind our next number. I Feel Fine by the Beatles was released in December 1964 and spent 5 weeks at number 1 in the UK. Although a Lennon-McCartney song, it was written by John Lennon based on the riff that he wrote at the studio at the 8 Days a Week sessions. Performing this for you this evening is our rock band.
Baby's good to me, you know, she's happy as can be, you know, she said so. I'm in love with her and I feel fine.
Baby says she's mine, you know, she tells me all the time, you know, she said so.
I'm in love with her and I feel fine. I'm so glad that she's my little girl, and she's so glad she's telling all the world that her baby buys her things, you know, he buys her diamond rings, you know, she said so. She's in love with me and I feel fine.
Baby says she's mine, you know, she tells me all the time, you know, she said so.
I'm in love with her and I feel fine. I'm so glad that she's my little girl, and she's so glad she's telling all the world that her baby buys her things, you know, he buys her diamond rings, you know, she said so. She's in love with me and I feel fine. She's in love with me and I feel fine.
And now for something entirely different. Next is our Clarsack Ensemble, performing Wind Harp by Stephen Dunstan. Dunstan describes it as a fast alien mode piece in 6/8, based on variants of the chord of C minor and C major 7th. Did you get that? He does go on speaking a little more of my language, starting very softly and crescendoing all the way to the end while weaving melodies through the texture, fast but not hard. This is a beautiful piece, and you're in for a treat of a performance. This is Midlothian's Clarsack Ensemble performing Wind Harp. We're keeping things local for our next item with a performance of Pathhead singer-songwriter Corrine Polwart's Follow the Heron by Ailsa Blott. According to Corrine, the heron is her favourite bird, and the song was written after she had been a guest at a Shetland folk festival. She had been singing at an outlying island event, and as she was being taken home by sea in the early morning, a heron rose in front of the boat and flew ahead. In the song, the heron presents the return of spring, light after darkness, hope after grief, something we can all relate to in these unusual times. Please enjoy Ailsa's stunning performance of Follow the Heron.
The back of the winter is broken, and the light lingers on by the door, and the seeds of the summer have spoken in gardens that bloom by the shore. By night and day we'll sport, we'll play and delight as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we'll follow the heron home. In darkness we cradle our sorrows and stoked all our fires with fear. Now these bones that lie empty and hollow are ready for gladness and cheer. By night and day we'll sport, we'll play and delight as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we'll follow the heron home. Long may you sing of the salmon and the snow-scented sounds of your home. While the north wind delivers its sermon of ice and salt water and stone. By night and day we'll sport, we'll play and delight as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we'll follow the heron home as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we'll follow the heron home.
I'm afraid we can't say the first performance of our next item, Kermit the Frog, stayed quite as close to home as Corrine. The piece, Rainbow Connection, was originally written for the 1979 film The Muppet Movie, with music and lyrics written by Paul Williams and Kenneth Asher. If you have a quick Google, you'll be able to find that Kermit re-released a version of Rainbow Connection in late April 2020, to cheer us up a bit, I think. This isn't that performance. We've got one much better, in the shape of our virtual choir.
Songs about dreams and what's on the other side.
Beautiful. And a real challenger for Kermit. Bravo. Next, we move on to the world of big band and a performance of Spread a Little Happiness, a song by the musical comedy composer Vivian Ellis and writer Clifford Gray from their 1929 West End musical Mr. Cinders. It has been covered many times by many ensembles, perhaps most noticeably by Sting in 1982, reaching 16 on the UK charts. However, not even Sting would be a match for our fabulous big band. Here they are with Spread a Little Happiness. Thank you for tuning in to the Midlothian Instrumental Service virtual concert. We're past halfway now, and remember, if you want to listen again to any of tonight's performances, they will be available on the Midlothian Council YouTube channel shortly after the concert finishes. We're moving on now with Jamie McKinney performing for us Where Is Your Mind?, the signature song by the American alternative rock band The Pixies.
Nothing in it, and you ask yourself, where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Way out in the waters, nothing in it, and you ask yourself, where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind?
A fantastic performance of Where Is My Mind by Jamie McKinney there. Thank you, Jamie. Again, we're changing gears with a completely shift in style. It is the turn of our flute choir, who are going to perform 2 items back to back for you. Firstly, China Roses by Enya, and followed by The March from A Little Sweet by Trevor Duncan. China Roses is based on the idea that, and I'm quoting the lyricist here, that everyone has their own idea of heaven, and it is a different treasure that we embrace. By contrast, The March comes from one of Trevor Duncan's most famous works, written in 1959. Something I discovered was that Trevor Duncan was not his real name. In fact, it was a pseudonym for Leonard Charles Tribico. This secrecy was required because at the time he worked for the BBC, and as a BBC employee, he were not able to have their music broadcast on air. See? Every day's a school day. Anyway, here is the contrasting China Roses and March from A Little Sweet, performed for you by the Midlothian Flute Choir. By now I'm sure you will have noticed the young and not so young people in the videos are all wearing headphones, and I thought I'd explain this a little. Our performers are all listening to a version of the songs that they're performing, with a tick-tock metronome beat added. These are called click tracks and help to keep everyone together. Of course, we don't want to broadcast these clicks, so we need them not to be picked up by the performers' microphones. It's quite a technical setup, but it'll probably come as no surprise to you to find out that our young people took it all in their stride. Kerry Ann is next to perform for us, and her performance of Evelyn Glennie's A Little Prayer on marimba has no headphones in sight. This one is just Kerry Ann, and it's a beautiful performance. We're heading back to the Beatles now to hear the guitar ensemble perform Lady Madonna. This was a UK chart topper in 1968 and, as McCartney recalled, Lady Madonna was me sitting down at the piano trying to write a bluesy boogie-woogie thing. So, here it is, our Midlothian guitar ensemble getting all boogie-woogie with Lady Madonna. You're listening to the Midlothian Instrumental Service virtual concert, and you've just heard our guitar ensemble perform Lady Madonna. This concert is being broadcast live on Midlothian's Facebook and YouTube pages, and also streamed live on Black Diamond FM. Remember please to leave a few words of encouragement to our young performers as we head into our next item, People Help the People, by the Mancunian music group Cherry Ghost. This is a really wonderfully emotive song, and it's performed for us this evening by Anya French. Please enjoy.
God knows what is hiding in those weak and drunken hearts. Guess he kissed the girls and made them cry, those hard-faced queens of misadventure. God knows what is hiding in those weak and sunken lives. Fiery throngs of muted angels, giving love but getting nothing back. People, help the people. And if you're homesick, give me your hand and I'll hold it. People, help the people. Nothing will drag you down. Oh, and if I had a brain, oh, and if I had a brain, I'd be cold as a stone and rich as the fool turned all those good hearts away. God knows what is hiding in this world of little consequence, behind the tears, inside the lies, 1,000 slowly dying sunsets. God knows what is hiding in those weak and sunken lives. Guess the loneliness came knocking. No one needs to be alone. Oh, save me, people, help the people. And if you're homesick, give me your hand and I'll hold it.
drag you down. Oh, and if I had a brain, oh, and if I had a brain, I'd be cold as a stone and rich as the fool, turned all those good hearts away. Ah, na na na. Ah, na na na. Ah, na na na. People, help the people. And if you're homesick, give me your hand and I'll hold it. People, help the people. Nothing will drag you down. Oh, and if I had a brain, oh, and if I had a brain, I'd be cold as a stone and rich as the fool, turned all those good hearts away.
What a great song, and so very apt as we all pull together as a community in these testing times. We move onward to our second biggest performance in terms of pupil numbers. Our Junior Wind Ensemble features 83 players, including another couple of my ex-pupils. And they're performing for us this evening, Ticker Tape. We've reached our penultimate item, and we can begin to reflect on the vast and varied array of music we have been enjoying tonight. If you are a young person listening in, particularly one in a Midlothian school, firstly, it's nearly bedtime, so come on. Secondly, I hope you've been inspired to give music a go. There really is nothing finer or more powerful than music, and being able to play and perform is an incredible gift and talent, something that you would never regret. Of course, across all of our education services, we are looking ahead to a very different school year in August, and that is no different for our instrumental music team. However, please look out for information coming from your school in the new term about how you can go about starting to take lessons. Of course, you could also reach out to one of your friends who you might have seen performing this evening. It really is not something you will regret. Now, to that penultimate item. We have the reprise of our rock band, and they are performing their own composition for us, which is an incredible feat. It is also the first time that the rock band are performing with a vocalist, with Evan singing for the very first time. This is the Midlothian rock band playing Fell Apart.
broken.
we have reached our finale and we have something special lined up for you. But first, I wanted to highlight a few groups of people who, without their support, this concert would not have been such a fantastic showcase of Midlothian's musical talents. Firstly, to our music instructors. Not only have you gone above and beyond to draw together the performances that we've been hearing tonight, but you have been there guiding, coaching and supporting your pupils through their musical journeys from their very first notes. Please continue to be those excellent role models and inspirations that our young people need to be able to realise their musical potentials. Also to the central officers who've supported our concert tonight, to Jake and to Karen in their guiding hands, and to Lynn and her communication team, and of course especially to Alan in my team for such a monumental effort in drawing all of the videos together. And lastly, of course, to you, our audience. You are what bring that buzz for our performers. Your kind comments and well wishes will be a lasting positive memory for tonight's performers to take away from such dark and challenging times. Your participation really is the epitome of everything that we've strived to achieve with this concert. A sense of community coming together to celebrate the Herculean efforts that we have all striven for in the last few months, and to show that we all stand together to support each other. In that vein, we've left the best to last, a massed performance. Around 250 of Midlothian's young people coming together to perform one song. And it could only be one song. The one we've heard from doorsteps on Thursday evenings, the one that's embodied in so many pictures and drawings in front windows. Ladies and gentlemen, all of our Midlothian's young people, it's been my great pleasure to be your compere this evening for our virtual concert. I leave you with Somewhere Over the Rainbow.